Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today it's just a quick look, yes I know I say it every time, quick look at the Hobby Boss. I haven't got my glasses on, I'm straining, even though I'm building the kit. The Hobby Boss German 38T early war tank, and then obviously they use it for the chassis for all the way through the war for different things. That was given to me by my good marrow Greg Riley, so again thank you Greg. It's taken a while to get any video up on this project just because I'm just got so much on at the moment on the bench. It's nothing. The problem is when you add things, everything else slows down. I should really just be more focused, but that isn't me. So highly recommended. Beautiful kit. I have had some problems with the tracks. No. It's me, tracks. But I have now been to the Greg Riley School of Track Building and Armour Kit Building in general. And I have actually said to him, you should just put the little video up that he showed me over video link, to what he does. And so far it's worked. I've not actually put it all together, and I'll quickly show you the tracks in a minute, as in one piece. But I was having the problems of sticking them together, and literally you put your finger on and then they just separate. And it was like, I'd do a length of 6 or 8 and then they'd separate in the middle, and it was getting really, again, soul destroying, because you're just thinking, what is it with me in tracks? Is it such a hoodoo that I can't do it? But the way he showed me, which I'll show you I won't show you, but I'll obviously show you the bits of tracks I've built up. It seems to have worked. So I keep looking down because there's blooming kids there. Look at the camera, Gaff. That's when you're talking to the audience. It's a beautiful kit. I've been told, is it TriStar? It's an old TriStar kit. Well, not old, but bought out TriStar. I don't know. I haven't been doing it again long enough to remember to know all the people like Greg and Michael at Hamilton Barkus, Nob at Panzermeister. They all know the lineage of kits. Where they started from and where they are now. What's a good kit? What's not a good kit? All that stuff. It's more hit and miss with me. But for someone like myself who can stuff up really easy, it really is a fantastic kit. And looking at some of their other kits of this genre, we're getting big words all over the place today. It really is a whole family of kits by the look of it. That if it's as good as this one, I can't see why the others wouldn't be. Let's go down to the bench and have a look. Right guys, thanks for joining me at the bench. I apologise again for any of the ambient noise. I could have just said background, but ambient sounds a heck of a lot better. We're on a roll today. The ambient noise outside, obviously it's warm weather here in the UK, all the windows are open, and that's the tootity bird that you can hear in the background, known more commonly as a blackbird, but here he's known as a tootity bird. Right, let's have a look. Again, 1 in 35 scale kit. I've tried to put some armour texture on there without going over the top on this one, because it was more rolled steel, I believe, or cast plate. It could be cast plate. And you can't see a lot with the light grey primer. I think I used 1 in 1200 Mr. Surfacer. I've got the 500, which I've used for other things. But I didn't want it too overly textured, and then I've rubbed it down with some very light sandpaper. You can see the holes for all the different jacks and tools and things like that. So I've left those off because I wanted to actually, I have problems when I'm painting, and if I stick the tools and everything down first, I can't always get in with my airbrush. So I'll try a different way of leaving these off and then putting them on afterwards. As you can see, I've left the one port open just for a bit of difference. The Beezer machine gun here, which was used on British tanks as well, because this was originally a Czech tank, or Czechoslovakian tank, whatever you want to call it. I like that. I mean, again, the detail, we've got the drilled out barrel there, you know, that a lot of these, for the price, you know, alright, this was given to me, but they retail around the £22-25 mark for the kits, and I think you get so much in them, you know. I mean, you don't always get for that price, you know, drilled out barrels. Same with the actual main armament and the other coaxial. I've always liked this tank for some reason. It was extremely, so what I've read up on, it was a tank that's, yes, it was bolt-on armour, and as we all know, well, riveted armour. You're asking for you're asking for a lot of damaged crew if they get hit by anything. Obviously, the rivets fly off inside, and the armour obviously isn't probably as good as rolled steel. But for those shortcomings, it had a gun that was standard for the time, so it wasn't as if it was undergunned, particularly in the early part of the war. But it was a tank that could go for miles and miles and miles, from what I've read, without breaking down. So I'm doing no battle damage or anything like that to this one. I'm keeping, you know, there's going to be no pushed in mud guards here or you know, shot holes or anything. It's just going to be I just wanted to have the pleasure of doing a 38T and just making you know, as best job as I could really get with it. A bit of photo etch on the back there, as you can see. You don't need to get a lot, but you don't need a lot, you know. So I've got a couple more bits, I think tool brackets to put on as well. The only gap that I could see, which actually isn't, I keep calling it a gap on this particular bit, and it's not. Bearing in mind all these are added on, riveted on and bolted on armour, so there's going to be a gap in places, I would think, because it's there to just try and stop those shot traps, you know, getting hit. Well, that's the way I'm looking at it anyway. But no, the fit was absolutely fantastic. You get a gun breech inside as well. You know, because I've left this open for the moment. I may do the figure, I may not. I'm not 100% yet. But you get a breech and a seat and everything in there as well, so that if you do look down, there is something to look at. Nothing extra. You get a small bit with the Beezer as well, again, if you're going to keep those hatches open here. But apart from that, and you know, there's no other detail inside. They do a full interior kit with this, Greg was telling me. So yeah, it's a beautiful little kit. I'll just quickly show you the tracks. Right, these are my tracks. Let's get the drive sprocket. So I made these up. I double backed some Tamiya tape and just placed them down, as you can see on these here, on the Tamiya tape, and then I just put some glue. It'd be easy to show you on one of these. I didn't put any glue on the inside, but I did glue on either side, and then there is flex there, as you can see. So I'm hoping that these should join up okay when I'm ready. But thank you very much, Greg. That was really kind of you, because I've been struggling as usual. So we've got a bit of our tape that actually come off there, so you can see. See, she's still flexible but stuck together. Now, I'm not saying that the odd one might not come off, but I'm really chuffed with that. So guys, that's a quick update, or not so quick, it's me doing it as usual, on the 38T. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I said before, the 38T isn't for tons. The T stands for the German word, I believe, for Czechoslovakia. So that's why it's called the 38T, so 38 Czechoslovak tank. join me. I don't know when, because I'm going all over the place at the moment. Join me again, and we'll get another update on. Sorry, that was an update on the computer as well. We'll have another update on probably the next one you'll see is when I've got it painted. I'm probably going to do this. You do give you two variants. You only get black and white photo as photostat type of thing, but I'm probably going to keep this one grey, because apart from that little Landweser Schlepper in 1/72, I've not actually done a grey vehicle before, so I'll do that rather than the two-tone camo that the other one is for the Crimea. So this will probably Barbarossa, you know, in the early days. And I haven't got any further on the Starfighter, because I've finally been able to get stuck into this, but I've got the Starfighter as well to be building after this properly. The bust is coming along fine. I will be doing a viewing of that, or progress, whatever you want to call it, probably later on in the week. I'm just finishing a little bit of tidying up on the first part of it before I show the video. I've got some 28mm figures to show as well sometime towards the end of the week. As I say, with me it comes in fits and starts. I've been quite quiet for, which is probably good for you guys, but I've been quite quiet for about 7 or 8 days. And that's, as I say, just if there's nothing worth showing, there's nothing worth showing. But again, I've got a little glut of videos coming up because you know, I've got things to show. So look after yourselves. I hope everything's going well with you, and we'll catch each other very, very soon on another video.